Hey, today I'm at the Together for Adoption conference and I am with Dr. Sharon Ford, and I have a real easy question for her today. What can the American church do for our nation's waiting children?
Well, Ashley, there's three things that I think that the church can do for our waiting children. The first is to pray. Every child who's waiting is trusting that someone's going to come for them. They don't know when, they don't know how quickly that'll happen, and what the family will look like, but they're waiting. And second thing I think that the church can do is to build support networks that will help families of all types, all shapes, all hues of colors be prepared to walk beside that foster family who's currently caring for that child. And if they can't adopt, then to support the family who will come and welcome them home. I think that the third thing is for asking God, what can my family do? What are you preparing my family for? Because everybody's not called to adopt. And so as the church stands together as the big C church and saying, okay, I can do this little piece, I can do that little piece, I can help support another family. And so the church is the place where hope comes in. Church is the place where love comes in. Church is the place that nobody gets to say you can't be a part. Because when you're a part of the family of God, it doesn't matter what you look like, it doesn't matter what you smell like, it doesn't matter what you don't have, you can come and still be a part of family. And that's what the U.S. church can do for our kids who are waiting in foster care.
So Becky, as I'm traveling coast to coast, what's your encouragement to someone who says, I'm not exactly sure where I fit in this, but I have a passion to impact children?
I would highly recommend that you continue to ask God to show you exactly where that should be put into practice. Sometimes we have passions to do many things and we think, well, this looks good or this looks good, and we may go ahead and do that, but in reality it may not be what would have been best. So I would just ask that people would continue to seek His guidance one step at a time, just exactly what He asked us to do, because He's going to show you exactly where you want to put that passion into practice. And that's where He knows the greatest impact will be, because He's in the middle of it. He called me to do something beyond anything I would have ever thought of doing, and that's the ministry of Signs for Hope. And so that call was to coordinate the adoption of deaf orphans in the world. And it took us a while to figure out what that meant, because He didn't want me to follow any model. He wanted me to follow Him. And so that's been a process of a step-by-step trusting Him to show us what's next.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
My pleasure.
I hope you'd enjoyed some of those interviews today. It's the last day of the Coast to Coast tour, and I have to say, I'm a little bit sad. I'm gonna kind of miss just telling the stories and meeting new people. I hope that you just see that there are so many different ways that God can use our gifts and our talents, and when we use those for His kingdom, just the amazing things that He can do through us to just meet the world and just show His love. So I've enjoyed just hearing from each one of you and being able to share these stories across the country. So look forward to next time.